What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 2K18 Universe Mode as we continue to count down the days until that Fire Pro drops on the 28th of August. It's time for No Mercy. Now, I don't recall what in the blue hell I was doing. My rivalries here are as follows. We have John Cena and the Kool-Aid Man, Breezango and the New Day, Ruby and Becky Lynch. And then over on Raw stuff. So, it's No Mercy. Let's try to actually have matches that have ongoing rivalries, like, say, this one right here. So, let's start the show. Simulate that deal. RVD beats KO. And then hopping into here to Carmella versus Ruby Riott. Now then, I welcome you to a fine Monday afternoon. It's a new week. Yes, it is, and obviously, the big topic of conversation in this video will be SummerSlam, and I know some folks get on my case for being too negative about stuff, right? So I'm going to start with what I liked about SummerSlam, and then get into what I didn't like about SummerSlam. So first and foremost, things that I really enjoyed about SummerSlam. Watching the entire kickoff show in virtual reality was awesome. I did a whole video on that, so go watch that video. It was a very, I actually paid attention to the entire kickoff show because I was invested in being able to look around and not just look at what they wanted me to look at, being able to look around and see kind of behind-the-scenes things here and there was really cool, and I dug that a lot. So if you have a VR platform, I would say certainly check out that bit of beardness. But here is Ruby, not wanting to see the Princess of Staten Island doing her moonwalking. She's tired of it. The moonwalking, trash-talking, getting hit in the back by Ruby Riott, and I missed. Whatever. It is what it is. So, elsewhere, I liked that Ronda Rousey decisively and thoroughly trounced Alexa Bliss. That is 110% what that needed to be. You can't have her booked that well, right, up to this point, and then have Alexa Bliss get in any kind of believable offense. That needed to be a one-sided Ronda Rousey squash ordeal. And it was. And that was fantastic. So, now having the Bellas in the ring afterwards, people were booing that. And I'm like, people were booing because the rumor had been going around yesterday that they're going to have Nikki and Ronda in the main event of Evolution. So that was, I think, the primary reason for those boos. So there was that bit of business. But I also enjoyed seeing Baron Corbin getting squashed by the Demon, as he should have been. Now, we know that Finn Balor, the man, can certainly beat up Baron Corbin, the man, one-on-one. Not every time, but a lot of the times. But when Finn Balor powers up with the Demon, certainly the Demon should run roughshod and just completely and thoroughly destroy Baron Corbin. And he did. Kudos, thumbs up, it was a fun spot, and that means 3 years in a row now of having the Demon at SummerSlam. Perhaps he just likes the heat, I don't know. But that is the third year in a row of having Balor as the Demon at SummerSlam. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, I thought Daniel Bryan and The Miz was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was great, and perhaps it is the cap of what you can do with The Miz in terms of a wrestling talent. I thought the match told a good story, and certainly, as I said in my predictions, The Miz needed to win that match. Needed to. Because otherwise, that's going to be the end of the story, right? So, if you want to continue this story, and certainly it looks like Maurice and Brie are getting involved, then you definitely have The Miz win that match by the brass knucks, pulling the William Regal power of the punch type deal. That's fine. But, personally, I would have preferred the crowd to be more into that match. They were kind of, there was some stuff in there, but for such a long rivalry, and a thing that I was super hotly anticipating, the crowd was kind of not as much a part of that match as I was hoping they were going to be. So, that kind of is how that stuff turns out. But, I'm looking forward to see what they do with that moving forward, considering now that The Miz has won. Also, the roll-up, the rope break. I don't know what Ruby's signature is, because it's definitely not a standing maneuver, so perhaps it is that top rope senton that she does, which I like a whole lot. So let's try going to the top here. No, over. Yes. Over. Is it from up here? Triangle? Yes! The senton. Okay. I learned a thing. I knew a thing. Good to know. Good to know for Ruby Riott. Boom. And Carmella, are you done? We'll see. here at No Mercy, if you will. My TV just went out, and I won. My TV just legit, I lost the picture. I can hear it now on the TV. I can see it over here on the capture unit. Man, can something, for one day, can something not botch where I literally missed the finish because my TV, like I turn it off, turn it on again, it's the whole thing. At some point, I'll be able to afford a new TV, but today is not that day. Ruby Riott, SmackDown, Women's Champion. Oh no, Naomi, run in! How dare you! Feel the glow. Seriously, Naomi, what are you doing? What are you doing? She wants that shot. She's like, get me back on TV. Seriously, what are you doing? Oh, but the champion is not that deterred. Not that deterred by feeling the glow. Hit a major reversal, and Ruby can get that power bomb. And then if I have enough time here, make it to the top, also get hit with that senton from the leader of the... No, it didn't work. It didn't work. Hooah! Meteora missed. Missed the Meteora. What a waste. But also, back to SummerSlam, I really enjoyed the WWE Championship match, right? Even though it had a DQ finish, I still enjoyed it. And honestly, that finish told a good story. In that Joe getting a little bit too cocky. Just a little bit. He went over that line, just right over that line, and then AJ just lost it, got in his head a bit too much, and that obviously sets up our match for Hell in a Cell in the end of September. And also, look at the top left of your screen. Why is the belt floating in midair? Who threw the belt? And can I get one day without this game having some kind of a glitch or bug somewhere? Please. Alright, the Authors of Pain versus the Ascension. Luke Harper versus Ellsworth. Ellsworth beat Luke Harper there. I don't care about tag matches because they're tag matches. So, Breezango beats The New Day. CM Punk and Terry Funk. The Punk and Funk Connection. Got beaten by the Hype Bros. Imagine that. And then, alright, triple threat. Sami Zayn, John Cena, Nakamura. Yes, please. Let's do that. Beep, beep, beep. Anyway, continuing on with things that I enjoyed. AJ Styles' daughter being like, Daddy, you're bleeding, was really funny. I thought that the Rollins IC win made perfect sense with having Dean Ambrose there, and I'm 100% fine with that. The Becky Lynch heel turn. And I've seen some folks saying that, oh, she didn't turn heel, she just lost her cool. The announcers were selling that as a heel turn. The crowd was not. The crowd popped like crazy for that. And that was like, that was easily one of the loudest pops all night. Was Becky Lynch going after Charlotte and just running roughshod, and it was amazing. Good stuff. Like, no issues there. Even if the announcers sold it as a heel turn, people loved it. People were mad that Becky didn't win that match. So, there was that. We'll see how that gets followed up upon on SmackDown. And now we get into the rest of the show. So if you get easily annoyed when I am annoyed, then perhaps stop watching the video here. But for the rest of you, I didn't like how they had multiple DQ finishes on the same show. I didn't like how they had multiple squash matches on the same show. Even if the Ronda match was what it needed to be, even if Balor was what it needed to be, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens. Was the entire point of Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, the fact that they wanted to distract us for a month of not having Braun cash in on Brock when Brock was on Raw twice, right? Oh, Kevin Owens distracted him from cashing in when he told us he was going to cash in when he won the stupid thing. So, I have heard rumors that Owens may have been injured in that match, so at that point, that is perfectly acceptable for that to be a squash match if he actually got hurt during that ridiculous chokeslam under the steel entrance ramp. Alright, sure, fine. But 3 squash matches on the same show and 2 DQs. Like, the New Day bludgeon match was like, really? That was just such a flat finish. Like, at least Joe and AJ made 100% sense in why and where and how. But the bludgeons in New Day just kind of was like, alright, they used their hammers. Whatever. But of course, with Braun Strowman, that leads us to the main event of the evening. Beep, 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 beep. And say what you want about Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon is still a damn genius for how he booked that main event. Because if you recall, the last time Roman Reigns was in a main event was Backlash. He fought Joe. And what happened in that main event? People were literally leaving the building. Now, how would you combat that? How would you get them to stay in the building for this show when you know the main event is going to be Roman and Brock? Easy. Before the match even starts, you send out Braun Strowman with Money in the Bank to say, no, I'm going to be here, right here. And when one of you two wins, I'm cashing in. Therefore, everybody stays in the building to watch that match because they want to see Braun cash in. But then, spoiler, Braun never cashes in. Oh, it was so good. Like, Roman Reigns, they got people to cheer Roman Reigns. They got people to actually pop for Roman Reigns winning. It's the one thing Vince has wanted more than anything else the past 3 years, is for an audience to pop for Roman Reigns winning the Universal title. And it finally happened. And the only reason people were popping huge was because they expected a Braun Strowman cash-in, which didn't happen. Because Brock Lesnar took out Braun Strowman with an F5 and a couple of chair shots. Now, this is the same Braun Strowman who got literally smashed in an ambulance and walked away. This is the same Braun Strowman who literally got crushed in a garbage compactor and is still living. And a couple of chair shots from Brock and he's done? He's not going to cash in? Really? This made Braun look just weak and stupid, to be honest. But, again, your end goal here, the end goal of this whole thing was having that pop for Roman Reigns. And literally, they cut the show from the pinfall, counting 3, on Brock, until, hey, fade to black, was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's just enough time to get people cheering, going, oh man, here comes Braun, and then they cut. Because you wait any longer than that, they're going to start booing when they realize that Braun was not going to cash in on that. It was masterfully done, even if it makes everybody in that look kind of stupid. Like, Brock looks dumb for getting distracted. Roman, who keeps saying, oh, I could beat Brock, beat Brock on a distraction because of Braun, because Brock was distracted. But I wouldn't even say that was a clean victory, right? And then, of course, Braun looks dumb for saying he was going to cash in, and then still not cashing in. So, all those things added up was, A, it was masterfully booked, B, it was incredibly stupid, and C, that was the most sports entertainment it could possibly be. And in that respect, I was thoroughly, I laughed myself to sleep last night. That was so damn funny. So, there was that. I wouldn't say I hated it, but I was like, really? That's what you're doing? It's genius, but also, alright, look. I'm actually relieved that we finally have a world title on Raw full time. That is if things don't turn south tonight. Because as you know, Brock Lesnar scheduled for Raw tonight. Brock Lesnar could easily invoke his rematch clause and win the belt back tonight. I don't think he will, but he could easily do that, and that would be real interesting. Real interesting. So yeah, that was the main event. That was SummerSlam. Overall, I thought it was an alright show. Overall, I was entertained, and there were some good matches, and it was a good time. Nitpicking aside, issues aside, overall, alright show. But man, as always with a lot of their shows, the main event can totally color your perception of how that whole show was, and that's only one match out of 13 matches. Also, why are 13 matches? Oh, and speaking of which, for people who were like, man, but of course they had to end the show, it was after 11. And I'm like, did you watch Mania last year? Mania last year went on till 11:45 at night. They don't care about what time their show ends. They're on the network. It's not, oh, we gotta end the show. We're on too late. No. They ended the show specifically because people were gonna start turning in Brooklyn on that whole Roman Reigns thing when they realized that Braun was not cashing in. That was the only reason. It was 110% calculated. And honestly, again, brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. So kudos, Vince McMahon. You finally got what you wanted. Congratulations. Now, can we finally get into an actual program with your title on a monthly pay-per-view schedule on Raw? Because that'd be nice. Anyway, let's finish this match and be done for today. Charge finisher, Sami Zayn. We're done here. Good night. 1, 2, what the hell? Oh no! Oh no! Kinshasa! On John Cena. That's too small. And your new champion, Nakamura. Cool. Good for Shinsuke. At least the belt's not floating in midair. Cool. There you go. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.